na yen say yen see you know, and I mean, say about African Cup at the national level, yen kai yanum those who have done it before. Say yeba appearance here, appearance in Kuala way appear as Blackstars players. They have to be paid 100,000 each. We are not envious of that in the we are not any time. This is your time. But yen kai say there are some even promises in Africa that was not fulfilled. And it got to be fulfilled. Because Ayew be woho.
Say past heroes no mo pese ya nyamo den wo de mo den na Ghana nyamo.
Mata enkai
okay
yenkai keke say ye woho
yenkai mo sen kwan ben so
enu na meta no
okay
the appearance fee is 100,000. Is that appearance fee no to me fanye to develop our football? Yen to me kai say say Omo can so those who are alive no yanya bibi ma omo nna ni nyina still no yedi ma obi omo a ye sign no contract and wherever they go no time ni ye sign contract. We are not even paid monthly. Sika ankola do they need this appearance fee? This appearance fee should be meant for something special. These young ones, they don't need this appearance. They don't need it.
Coach, na omaka and wasem, but still on this squad, 26-man squad, obi owa room over sebia undeserve, and now obi owa young friend now. It was a senki friend, a man of the boss had 2 games.
Yeah, I said that is the work of the coach. Yes, I won't justify the reason why he has called this 26. And it will be justified on the 2 matches I ever won. Then we have something to say. But as at now, you don't have anything to say. He has done his work. Ejuma Yeman.
There were 2 games against Mali and then Central African Republic. Countries where me no Osha. Emranche ya yekitai. Coach ya yekitai ye betimi aye bibi anya points aye hia e was 2 games mu amana boa ya World Cup qualifiers aye boy.
Yeah, I think it has been entrusted to them. Ghana once in Penifona are entrusted Ejumana Ashe Musa. We are all behind them and praying for them. If they don't do it well, no, then we have something to say. But we've seen some glimpses and no make kind. You call a friend say World Cup. Ankoyi, you call a friend say Afcon. Ankoyi now is qualified, and we don't have to miss that. These qualifiers again. The last time we had missing was Russia, and this time we have to move forward. But everybody is now prepared, and number of qualification we don't have to get miss any World Cup that it's just like Afcon say and yet miss any Afcon. That's the World Cup. It should be that because number no Kosoro. First, 1 pack. To say 5. The last time we didn't cover was Russia. I know American. Until we should be there again. Until that job has been put in the hands of some people. Let's hope they get it done.
Coach Mohamed Polo, ya di amani pabi, ya share so mbetimi aye. Wo sha Ghana, ye betimi qualify 2026 World Cup e too early there. Ye betimi qualify akobi.
We have to qualify.
And we
have to qualify. Yes, I won't qualify. This is an opportunity. It's your time. Obian any time. Now Obian any time you can't take anything from them. What do I say? Obian any time, and they should prove them they can leave a legacy. Omuta odi time na ye time no ade aye to me ye no enu na ye no na ye kai en na entin na nsusu their time with this 5 slots. I mean we shouldn't be missing. You know, yeah, bomb pie, but empire it goes with hard work, you know, and commitment.
Coach, can Blasters the SCA any day. Na the past heroes yemfi money the Blasters no future net since 82 AFCON no yenye bi World Cup yi ye start ye na ye perform ye say yes and sheda nko ye Blasters future no coach et say bibi wo ho and that so bi wo bibi betimi asi papa bi.
Yeah, I know it will depend on what we are, you know, witnessing now, because at the Ayebano, it was not encouraging. You know, the World Cup was not encouraging, and a friend said AFCON Yekone was not encouraging.
Yeah.
But this is another opportunity for them to start it all over and show that they are ready for it now.
I just for yani coach Mohamed Polo and Edin Komo coach Yansha Wow Club Hanse folk near man Koyo Hansen so then at one.
As of folks is their own enemy. Now, your football no in totality no, apart from especially locally no, apart from, and no na can if you bought a whole league now they bought in and out no, we can't get some quality players that can fit into a Blaster. Then the league, you know, there is more to it. There is more to it. It's very, very important. Ghana football was quality before, and it has to be more qualitative. There is, you know, it's now business like and money and entertaining. People are so interested. That's why everybody is interested in football now. The younger ones are so, you know, eager to come and play football. That is why some of us have decided that we have to go to, you know, the grassroots. Now you develop your football because the identity we are losing it, and it's rapidly going. We have to do something. And
what should we do? They necessarily now quality. How do we get the quality back?
We have to start developing the younger ones, and that is what we are seeing with under 17, under 20. That is where we have to start developing. And I know and some of us we are concentrating because maybe I can't already say we have a style of football. And in Kwalawe, they are new generation. They don't know. We have to teach them. Fortunately, some of us are coaches and other coaches, you know. And that is what we have to see from the club side. Unfortunately, we are not seeing. Now, saying what happened? We see some what Midiama went to Africa and what they did. No, we saw what a friend Jeans FC, which we thought they were our hope, you know. Yeah, Baha, a match the finals, you know, when they performed very well in away home, away from home, and then they came home and played and performed abysmally. I mean, is that Ghana football?
Hands of folk, baby, or what does say? Hands makes me a survival.
They have to survive. They have to survive. And yes, those who are there will not be forgiven. Because this is no has and yeah has. We know Kotoko and has, you know, are the glamorous clubs that is holding Ghana football.
Yeah.
At a point in time, House of Folks and Kotoko, they make up the number of the national team. Blackstars players they contribute a lot. I remember with some your friend said time House of Folks was able to play with Nigerian Greens. House of Folks only House of Folks squad.
Those are to go for time, no, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, pa. Now your Blasters game. And or they had to book. I think the only inclusion was Lawrence Ayew from Asante Kotoko.
Exactly. Exactly. And these are two glamorous teams that make up the number. Look at their performance. They are struggling. Where is it? So our coaches and the license depend on Beji. Na yam koji sika. Otunifia na ya ma license enye no. Yemfa enimdie nto. I remember very time in the your coaches, they were not players. They were they were physical instructors, but they were able to get us results because they were able to identify quality players and put them the right and give them what they're supposed to do. And because we were qualitative, we were praying according to the instructions and what God has given us to make Ghana what it is, and won 4 AFCON cups. I mean, football has developed. Coaches are coaches, and we are not seeing any good results. No, something is wrong.
Coach, something is wrong. Yeah, Nemum, I got 3 games near ye. Hands of folk at the 15th. Then a has about almost 3 games. What I said, they must survive. They no money and found no much me survive.
We have to motivate them. Say, they have vision. They have to call some of us. Mekai last match I ever bought. Amankwa is a junior or no a junior. Because you are Kokra now and 5 battalion. Now you boy you now Muba. You saw what they did. What friend was sending me WhatsApp said. What member na yanko your friend out of food company. What's a member? Let me see, what are we coming to do? In 24 work on you should have contacted them, say, motivating Kualano if they want us to come. But you just don't go there. They don't need you. They don't need you there. Because me kayo ne ahopa. If it's something anka ahopa, a match like this, they should even send us a message say yamra na yambe motivating Kualano. But ahopa, omu should share your friend say a meeting place. Only in the meeting. Church. Just behind the church, Ayew Asofok Secretariat, the new one. No, one church be Ayew. That is where they meet. Yeah, I don't know the place. They name the way church because of the way they build church. But there is some a place, an open place. Only a meeting. Oh, my call about tries also. Church premises, and that church is just opposite behind the Accra Asofo Secretariat. They are building new, fantastic edifice. And as of folks, they are lost. They are lost with ideas. What they have to do. And one of them is this is one of them that I'm giving them. 3 matches is Omube Fre Ahopa Yemra. And bring the spirit back. That is the best for them. But not until they ask us to come and do that. No, I will not step there. They don't need me.
Coach Mohamed Polo, and you may ask one come on here do our comment from so Mepem, which ever san wedding comobio, a radin count.
You're welcome.
Mohamed Polo, a former player at the Hatchfolk and Ghana, the Modimo ball as a player. Or share as a coach, and so we Dijma and Yanini Dinkomo about Blackstars squad here Dede and a fe hatch of folk and so in Sansama or more and squad no and a Dejan na Stivo mammy ne general overview war squad no mention a 26-man squad Mabobo Eddie Amamu who the goalkeepers as Antico goalkeeper Fade Kasari and Yaquine a room Yabobo defenders Methodist and a forwards and attackers Nina Eddie Amamu. So generally your comment on the Blasters 26-man squad that would try to do.
I was listen one thing from one side make I say Papa no I take a bold decision and I did I clamor for a very long time no. ABA we be the beginning of that and Memfa performance and our results and judge Otoado for now. Yeah, sure the changing face of the Blasters because there are certain players they have outlived that relevance. Nyoma na in their prime mutimi AMI. Into the go through the squad and Ubehuse Ubenya Jiku Salisu. We mo ye kapa the group of me latter days saints no. Nipa abeka say watch we based on number of games Jordan Ayew and then Thomas Partey. But Thomas Partey any player say Umpraya onya the best out of him. He's a quality
deliver our Blasters, sir.
Thomas deliver in matches be a very difficult no. Thomas Partey and decided most of the games in MI, not at tournaments, but in tournaments games, but in qualifiers, I show say. So you check players of from any age.
Okay.
Into her age, na say, Papa not say young players how I me developing enya results.
You started rebelling.
Yes, sana mi hu yes sana mi because check the ages. Antoine Semenyo hu no ni age ne wafem. Into Jordan any Tom Partey de na was ro kakra. Into mi hu straight away and say oh okay. Papa no should be before frase. Faces be I am person who around the Blasters and gradually.
I mentioned rebuilding war in the press conference
on Canasa, but say you say be analyze it profile of players and what intends doing and yebia there be no kind of person but as analyst of the game you follow these guys and the ball mobile any baby of free bar and the coaching tuition when you kakra Germany straight away it tells you any adwuma no ye ma Dortmund no e chese saa de na oto ado eba be but oye ni saa ye because there are a lot of speedsters players be wo ha as certain personalities be wo team ni mu a intimi more express wo ho so well but I feel say last year they are two way there any 3 players be in my mind be hwe so mo etimi be join ni team na ye jele abusua so to ado timi hihye mu yi a ebia yebesen who Ghana say by rise beam because Kofi Chire yet to be part of this team a couple of Joseph Pencil inti so
Pencil couple years
inti worry age no amate nim say Baba Rahman enim so Dede Ayew enim Jordan no cry early part of the season the performance and I'm sure say and then it's our loyalty and I'm sure say or the friend because class na buy onye bimo nti otoa very smart move the squad additions and inclusions are why and the chairman say or started the new phase of the Blasters.
I mean come me ba be bisa players are or make a return into the Blasters new players are or more abem any of you or more one floor mono will comment on that. Remember, Mohamed Polo interview. You better say the home come. You Blasters. Saraf squad none there. Generally, what do you say about the squad? And Sunny, as they go into specifics.
2 new call-ups. First one by Brandon
Thomas Asante
from
West Brom.
41 matches, 11 goals, 2 assists, 13 goal contribution for him, and Obo as forward. No, you classify as a striker. It's so forward positions, or to me Obo honum. So, he's made some significant impact. Before this season, 33 matches, 7 goals, and then also share. I think for me, man opportunity. I would have loved to say be a friendly to build the confidence up, but a competitive game against Mali, and I have friend a man on the call up. I may have a problem with Sa approach.
The other new player, Ibrahim Sulemana from Cagliari.
Ibrahim Sulemana, Cagliari, Obo as a DM. Na typical a DM not just a or pretty as a cover for defense. No,
in front of the defense.
Yes, and our team so bought as a midfielder, and yaman opportunity way. Na how I wish say corner so
another friendly.
Onya opportunity ne omo bo in a friendly. Say throw no into the deep in a game. Na I'm far. Ubema man for be criticizing no akan semechen bia na ye because of onya hunu the team on omo born day.
First call bia should be a friendly.
Ideally, so person a player opportunity, you integrate that player, and I say, oh yeah, no, kakra. Intino unya ebia a low profile, high profile, medium profile. Now na baby remu mainstream. The eye say, your team ne struggle, team ni a team a here resource to build the confidence, your team the confidence up. Intino be bisa out to say ne then or person or achieve. Oto can say yes, yeah, World Cup qualification. The head there, or best try so be qualified. But so throw, yeah, assuming see a game against Mali, difficult game. Now throw that player in one, yeah, ye nim ye because I'm just about say be I only so share Italian. In the Italian for be about 21 matches at the Macagliaria. Not just say bad to command 21 matches in a Serie A club. No, just say the performance no bad.
But your new first time is be our more performance.
Oh no, it be your but ideally for any coach biano. Say coach, oko tryouts. The and say coach mainstream match or where they are best start a certain you know what build a level of confidence. Now once what me how only players in the BC. But having said that, interest say and yet me the mammy sure about him is the fact that so we bought 21 matches this season. Emma Italian Serie A side. A better senior players maybe Edmonado bought him by Radney the It so obi bought Radney now friend that's obi bought Italian Serie A bought 21 matches now friend now what for a player or compete at top level compete at a very good league the confidence be was true and for me many age ediamano the issue about your team in say yeah forwards in there yeah said then Semenyo could you may not even classify Semenyo as an out and out striker. Inti o share your team now. Yen said they need a typical out and out because Jordan so nye out and out striker. Inti your team now ya friend na no. O bisa a typical out and out striker one share ya unyebi. A source of worry for me. Inti o classify your players I have from one. Next for strikers ye befa Semenyo Thomas Asante and minim whether say Ibrahim Osman. Omo nyina so bien wo ye out and out striker. Inti bona Otuado air friend me squad na I'm not a fan of Otuado. But be it as it may, what afraid team no. Yen said any out and out striker to whoever be bought as your forward and I say your leader, on your player.
So
Jordan is not Obama, but on ye
once he's in the team.
Obama, but on ye in actual fact, Crystal Palace don't use Jordan as a striker.
But in the Blackstars, he plays as a striker.
Because you decided say we will not fish out or look out for a typical striker. And as a young groomy will be. Because the only out and out striker was Jonathan Sowa on a team on a typical out and out striker or no bonnet any other player any other position because and none now what building the career on that is for me it's a source of worry for your team no.
My men come round me ba be bisa once so players be am make squad na how e be am make over say omun deserve. Did I you issue no saying that here na afi newcomers no so yan show mo kakra so is akwaba
abusama choso
ye beba Mohamed Polo nkomo aye ni di ye no but James Blaster squad net down no 26 man squad Utuado edi atuja na no pay no generally What do you say about the squad?
Yes, edi kind of yana na say me obi ba for na me yes me start abona ba so a na me yemu asham because
Are they?
the first two call-ups are ba ku ye fan say Chris Hilton yeah no oja mo senior players wo ma ye bona ba so say we see a certain future as ye be build it every no was after from etiama asam no ka ne Canadian but edi kan ma menka say coach Otuado based on information ameme wo any based on Otuado and some kind of press conference na say no ebi ema me a lot of hope ebi esama mabamubu
Are they?
and for instance Otuado say ofre Baba Rahman na Baba say onye ready ano ka say o da bi o person o de ne ba panti no person okọ Baba two plane or four play call ne ko trans ko din ko na Baba say o de o man time onye ready ebujapanyi
That's mom they refuse to call up. No?
yes that does it. In fact the last call back no so sa no o can say onye ready enti eno say me ma me hope because I don't have any issues with Baba Rahman ya na Ghana no ni probably ebujapanyi wo mo nim asam no ase ebra Baba Rahman free dreams ebe ball loan was Asante Kotoko under Dr. KK Sapon. Ye who born no ball man some of us started fighting Baba Rahman so Blackstars.
87.9
Baba Rahman no Blackstars na twam no ho achedodo. This a coach na so ka say na offer Baba na Baba so onye ready no person oba no be say I don't like it. I want mami nkranche. Coach na samba ko kan ye shemi nkran ne say offer the Ayew e ko the one ni ko din komo. Although they did not agree, but only decision is say call up no no omfre no. E ma me hope say coach ni e obi a wabaso obe adwuma say duru ba bi na e Thomas Tepate no he na say onya ready for na agro no person odi na obeja mu akọ. Say duru ha na say we a eno me catch say the entire squad no na ma about there were still disagreements and I say no munya ma into conclusion proper conclusion on some of the players. But the coach stood his grounds and maintained that, no, this time I need this one, I don't need this one, I need this one, I don't need this one. And no, you're generally. And mommy, hope, Blackstars and Jose. Sure, I know we'll come and discuss the Ayew issue, no. But we cannot continue to think that, oh, wait, I just say, I just say, yeah, eti China mame squad no ubenya edin ade atoto ade amame a eno na me catch us 3 goalkeepers no ensesa na no kwase me wobni se ya kasa se Bolivia so for no so e wo camp akologu wo camp ho ti akologu na no bi ya squad mo frɛ no ka ye uma ko nya 4 goalkeepers no abujapanyi wo mo o se oboma Bolivia national team no mame encourage yen local goalkeepers ne se o mo nyiro mo ho possible say the next time be call up no you be 2 local goalkeepers a 2 local goalkeeper but come in tiasi and na seven min tiasi die Felix Cheino go no nim da what that CAF Champions League wa ye de so ye nyina wa nya call up ni bi
and then no rugby bisa me say na goalkeeper in the team that 8 ya friend na the Okobo Confederations Cup ya na bisa the Okobo Confederations Cup no ono so be bi oda wo
enti no kwasam ne say Felix Cheino of Mediema eh adwuma dru ba bi a na esenka o deserve say oda Blackstars but mo ba mu eti Solomon Agbesi wo Dreams na Felix Cheino consideration a course e ma ye Frederick Asare no nanka e yantimi ama Wallacott antimi ama enka the next goalkeeper e be friend no na ye Felix Cheino eti mo nyiro mo continue na no bi na Steve ene wo ye discussion bi say o kotoko ne has na e ma e propel no kwasem se Felix Cheino se nya kotoko no dago a him friend Blasters no eno ntira ya na omo bokotoko na asem no ba na ye charge ya na omo nti asem privileges abusapanyi na no ayi nations coach ne ba gaze teams nya enye peda ni goalkeeper no ko he statistics a wa ya de pa chan Frederick Asare but sa na ye no ye free team na ye hwe league now but team kro ni nyina ye influencer e bambi nyasa wunya call up ni bi.
But should it always be so?
It has always been so everywhere in the world.
Should it be?
It has always been so everywhere in the world. And that principle
core platform.
Wuntimi nya. Se obi bomman you no kire se oya de chen wa obo Burnley in the first place o. The fact that somebody plays for Bayern Munich e kire se oya de chen wo a obo ball e wo Stuttgart no. And that's the platform. And sana busa penyete nya sanka England for your call up. Mayfield you obo West Ham. James Ward-Prowse. So that's our performance ready any of the top teams are or the first name. But first we to be John O'Crack for Calvin Phillips or Timan City bench because of team now about them. And the coach didn't call up no hope. And the 3 goalkeepers no the Penny first said they one no. Okay. They one no. So only Motuadwa or a fan of Wallacott. Wallacott situation here minim opera na no atono no akwaba na say obeda 4 games bi and opera no sanko tra bench last 4 games not the bench on the team no ni pra and so oba for the bench time was in town and obeda Blackstars ye be ko World Cup ni nyina na pra ni mo ye be wura World Cup na nsa ko wo boss man nsem ko buye no boy no pra e won nche do now uhwe defenders na buzapanyi on say amate de no mo say injury o. Yeah. Na mate prada ba me chake ni team no mpra ho de. Anta mate injury no ntiase but almost injury. No kwasam sabu zapanyi. Coach no Alexander Jiku ene Salisu. Ena ye the established center backs are. Coach ne Efrom. Na no Jerome Poku no bebo obi. And oba bia mama players individual statistics no. Eti Jerome Poku no eba ebebo obi de but some squad no friend dia. Omo a Odio the center backs center back partnership they clear. Okay. Say Salisu and Alexander Jiku. Answer now for calling for Jiku to be even captain for the Blackstars. You call AFCON. I come here and say matches are lusu matches are here, but now clearly say Jiku no ade and what else kubi a book games be at the man or mine. And for the defenders, obviously Tariq Lamptey, the performance of Blackstars Jessim and then the performance for Brighton. And I think Tariq our opportunity say 2 games on the best say switch nationality switch near man here no ono so e kire say ampa obebo e dia mai because Tariq ba Ghana ne ball no nheda empeja sa then abzapanyi anano so much be na exhibition game ampa Raf ye ne Uganda ne ye ne yi no Nigeria no at least 2 players are on be impressive coach no ho no in andan na Abuja ni 3 years baby. Omonya call up Rabbe so exhibit omuyi. And I remember after those 2 games, Otuado ka say enkwani be impressed pa. Abza panyi ma menka cho say e sa da no. And a coach ne management committee for this year say going forward or say or drop it most of the senior players. Yeah. So last week or last 2 weeks. Meka cho was a coach nankasa for phone after most of the senior players. Yeah. I'm more reason say enya form na form. But we want to move forward. Yeah, but see, build the Blackstars, no. Yeah, try the next 5 years, the next 6 years. So we may not rely on you going forward. No, I catch it all. Now, coach, na akwarenim. You look at the middle. Yes, sir. The experience of Thomas Partey will be needed. I was games here. Okay. Thomas Partey have a captain's armband. As I'm back. You call Nigeria Mushu Abiola National Stadium. Sir, okay, so games na Andre was suspension. And na AFCON yani Comoros okotia goalkeeper na Yaman record. Yeah. Eti ai Thomas na ko captain wo so maka ya. E dey qualify no. Coach no e wogidi say Thomas Partey influence e wo middle no e be boa ne quest to qualify Ghana to the next World Cup. So panyi wo mfimfi wa. One problem I still have e wo squad ni no. E Abrante and Dede Edmondado no. Omo yama ase wonya Brofuria de Anachini. I say, and the best right say, yeah, Blaster call up as it Monado ba. So Bobby on the team, so Mobi so yeah, so I say, as well, undeserved call up. Okay. The only player who issues, I was our call up with it one undeserved call up. Remember, in the middle, I think that I am satisfied with almost a winner. That Ibrahim no, honestly, as Uncle Dana, ye can't call home, but at that time, ya no madwom so ba nya bi more ne ade ma me ntam ba bi insecure me position e wo me team no so Ibrahim Suleiman decided say o stay na wape ni position e wo ni team and was cemented the position that is also good but Ralph just told you something a concern asem me raise no 2 years ago
that
second ye ni striker wo de hwe ye ni number 9
me say Ralph ni abre hu
for a very long time and starting now ye ni number 9
e den ye mpe ana ye okay with wo mom bebo ma ye
unim o de da ku nya bra e bra Ghana ye nya de group asamoja no se ye nya bia mfa group obi a ye nya number 9 da o madwene mu no and I say ye bukọ pe ese ye nya obi o te say prime ato o ba ya na wo prime droba nya sa de a wo ba de a unya mo na asamoja no se ma asamoja no trajectory no from e bra o start ball Liberty Ecobo Academicals coach Shapiro and Nico Piemo Nigeria, Ghana Nigeria Academicals, Yakobo by Amor recommended no or started under 20. Oba Blastars no. Nadia Namasa Mojan in 2008 as a son Yamazo Mobino. Oman 10 chances and no share one, no say 9. And the answer as for mine, you groom a player, but there be a macacho Yana was so say, Yohan and Catese, a player be a Pie La Liga num, your G Goki, Jubi, Nankabia or a Ganani, Sani Adne. We need to have a plan, say. You identify that lad motive na banda 20. No more striker be agent anymore. Precious boy, both free kick or both shot. You need plan or some mind. You person be grooming no, or be titano. And son yet naba. It is also yes, Brandon Thomas Asante no. Yeah, striker. Last season, Burnley money some teams be considered for Premier League, but. Or West Bromwich Albion, they themselves, Oman Tomboy, because no man jumps on qualify, Ababi Rum, and unfortunately championship, no, Oman Timiama, Yan Shabat, Ubon Sobabano, Nebia, Yakobo player for, and yet Nijana also no one sha, near your problem. But until say, or a forward, Great John Che, Omoni Dinkomo, or no France, on your number 9, typical number 9. Okay. We need to identify typical number 9. And play that number and play for him as a modern Blackstars of the Benny. A decana near mobile and farmer, no, you so fast. When we all decide to say, yes, you're on my number 9 because all the potential, you want some modern any goals are or the mile mine. Ghana Blaster, you do be Jano Manaya. Kudus as your number 10, Epibiase. Obanes Nyama, Obo Fatau Isaku, Obo Kamadin Sulemana. Your wingers in now be up a social go. Et to be able to be as no manaya. No, I isolated. One player saw the Diamond Miami. Jonathan Zoa. I was thinking, say,
Mamma Comra say, and a Blastars plan no. Etie, Coach Camara of Namoro, Presido, Yachao, Yebedin Como. Why? Squad no, and a Dejano, medical body amount. 2 games and a Ghana, but 26 players. And Utrado Efromo. Your first game na on the 6th of June. Ye bought Bamako. Na say ye ko Bamako ye bo Mali ewa we na fi on the 15th yaba babayara abebo Central Africa Republic na players are injuries nti omo ntimi amabi Baba Idrisu Inaki Williams Majid Asimeru Joseph Painter Nathaniel J Davis Dennis Odoy and Daniel Amati Yabeba abaji players or one making it by yentie otuado time onemu squad no. Ura no eka bibi edefa yentia or drop Andrew Dede Ayew a captain. His name was not mentioned. Over 26-man squad na nidinim. Kochado HHM yentia one free Andrew Dede Ayew.
So I had a long talk with Andre, personal. I visited him and gave him the reasons why he's not in the squad at the moment, and I usually held it like this, that I don't talk too much about the players who are not in the squad, more about those who are in the squad. And for me, I can say I don't like to I talk to players directly. I don't like to give information out about what we spoke about. So he's not part of the squad at the moment. Andre is I mean, as everyone knows, he's a legend. He's a living legend of Ghana. What he has reached, it's unbelievable what he did for the country. It was a difficult decision, to be honest, because I like him. I like him as a person, also as a player. But this is the decision we took, and I like I said, it's not like we totally agreed, but I give him the explanation, and so I don't want to take it to another extent and say some things that people will write about and this and that. I know it's difficult maybe for you as a press to understand this, but I don't want to make it bigger than it is. Like I said, I have big respect for him. He's a living legend. He holds a record in games playing for the national team. He has, achieved things that just a few players from Ghana has achieved, and it's very difficult to leave him out at the moment. But at the end, me as a coach, I have to take decisions. The best decision, what I think for the team, and this was one part of the decisions. I would never say never as a coach, never, because I don't know what will happen in next season. The door is always open. Finally, this is a decision for this.
Yes, in Totuado Chema, only the day you niasem or respecting ye or penasem on himself or a legend or shada friend Nene Kasai, but the day you are antiase and a man or this our decision we a buy. Now, other key players are almost so missing so bakaya. Yeah, call walk up. Sorry. AFCON 2023 the players be or moins me make it be any other players in answer. Coach, Ekasa,
yeah, like I said, I talked to, I think, 30 players. Some I even visited them, like some I tried to visit but I couldn't because my time was very short. But I talked to all of them, those who were not invited, who were part of the AFCON last season, and explained a lot of things to them. For me, it's easier because I have the broader picture. I see all the players, I compare them, and then I decide also which player fits into my playing style or in my idea for the game. And so for the player as such, it's difficult because he just sees himself. And I think, it's difficult to explain because I have to compare Jonathan, for example, with other strikers, and then to see what I need for our 2 games. And at the end, I took this decision. So it would be good. I think, we take it like this, the squad, and it's difficult to talk about players who are not in the squad. And like I said, it's difficult for me to give out some reasons in public. I discussed it with the player. I explained it to him, and I think it's good to leave it that way.
In Totuado, in Chimwa, or the my key players, senior players are what drop mono. Now, on his philosophy, or can say me name is again for, and then the Bayadja, would it see? Utuado philosophy, or the Blackstars, and they come back now.
Okay, I can't really say that I know everything about Ghana's DNA. I think Ghana has a great history, football history, with great players in the past. We had really good times. I think the last really good times were when players like Michael Essien, Asamoah Gyan, Suleiman Tari, a lot of players were in the best form. I think for me, Ghana football stands for good football. And this is maybe I want to use the opportunity. It's difficult to promise victories because of football you can be better than your opponent, and at the end they will score and they will win, or one slight mistake will happen. But I think I will take the opportunity to be brave enough to promise you that we will play good football, because I've been studying football for a very long time. For me, the boys, especially in Ghana, they like to play with the ball. This is how they grow up when they're playing on the streets, and this is what I want to implement. And I think this is the easiest thing to implement because they will have joy having the ball, trying to dominate. I know that we will face opponents sometimes which are stronger than us, where we need to defend more. But in general, I want to bring back to the joy with the ball. I want to create a culture, and this, I think, has been the culture in the past, not to be fearful when you have the ball. I know that there's high demands on the players, and it's difficult. There are difficult times, and there's a lot of pressure on the players. But I want to take the pressure away to allow them to do mistakes, because this is the only way we can, in long term, we can give them the confidence to play what they can. We know what they can. If you walk around the streets of Ghana, you see kids playing, you see what they are able to do, and this is what is in our players. And it's my job to bring it out, to bring in a culture with good habits, because good games don't come just like this. It comes with good preparation, to prepare them well, as good as I can with my coaching staff, which are helping me, and to bring in their ideas, to bring in their knowledge, and together I think we can create for the long term a very good Ghana national team.
Hey, and no trouble at the two so waiting I promise you say over good football. Nemum say victories ye. To me and promise ye say na good football no a result in game. So Mama San Shasia in through subu. Na me bisa players be and make a return. It's saying then players being so coach and from and two players are or more enya sa new collapse no in Brandon Thomas Asante and afi Ibrahim Suleiman omo mienu ameki omo first appearance eni omo ma returning omo a yeyi omo ntimi ama Baba Idrisu, Inaki Williams, Majid Asmeru, Joseph Pencil, Nathaniel Ejay, Dennis Odo, and Afe Daniel Mati, Omwa, Omonso, injuries into Omointimi Amba. On that, now for Yamra Utuado philosophy. No. Players be a ma, a young one, why be a rumor of some moon deserve.
I was Edmond Adunana because a player, and quite questionable, but
are they?
I was not based on say media say nka oni team kra na oba the ball no yeah it's okay, but all the time in the ball no yeah average. Add anything extra to you play no. You see players are Sebia omunya consistent minutes and more club side no. So mobile Blastars now we should see a different performance or muye bibia, then you have to admit say though in your time no, but in the colors of the Blastars or yadi me who is how
or by it to say
I was and I make an average and yadi be a extraordinary be just the normal yan pian passing normal BB and the last game no crowd we invite in both games no or utilizing as a center back. Okay, games a ball with Uganda and then Nigeria now or play no from the center back position. I was Omwa ocean names are Oman Babia because and our can say ABDA injury. And yes, I had the Anka Joseph Pencil now Bonidin.
Okay. He's part of the injured list.
Yeah, Kofitre Ako for a very long time. Amate presented certain presence in our defense. A yet typical of the Ghanaian way how a rugged defender I was over the Juma. And also in the last half corner, Jiku shows our elements in the game in him.
You couldn't the Abrante Coco.
Yes. Inti minim se coach no na or a turn between me the minim se from other quarters say Amate so much enthused with the idea say your best friend a Blastars. Na Sally Suno boy ahead of him. A problem kakra. I know your commodity are metin or baby. We have a statement of fact in commodity. But amateur experience no still beat me up Ghana if managed well. Me feel say beat me up Ghana. But and also have one area I say yeah options. I would the defensive, the heart of defense.
Okay. Central defense. Okay.
Yes. Into Beshe du Jukui Mumin. Ali do say do no create etimi operative from the central defensive role.
Tariq Calamity.
And Joseph Edun so proud.
Celta Vigo na san ko. Yes. Kitu abi ansa na wako ni mo. Amati asem no. One of the reasons it's general coach na name squad so na Amati.
Na Amati ka ho. Na party issue no.
The committee Blaster management committee nem panyifo no so insist say so far players na coach na person from no. Na Amati nka ho a you lusu bibi wa kire ho. Okay. because your last qualifiers near the call 2022 World Cup so bekaya and na mate to a brumu Cape Coast now CJ penalty they feel that a lot of experience but otwadum komo die so on mpanyifo die ne say ogene nyina tum but what is the plan say you kwaje the next AFCON you kwaje the next World Cup and I say you build a Blackstars e betimi a compete you say otwado ne Michael Essien Sule Muntari sa squad no edin komasa mojam and wa hwe the length of time if 2006 I team no boy to a champion and the plan here to get a Blackstars that will compete at least 2 World Cups and about 4 AFCONs.
No, better.
And you know, Otuado na day.
But
Ghana, that is the vision or unti. So that's what Dede Ayew, Amate, Musaimba. Then you are not going for it, especially that concerns. Amate Felicitas or Tibenjoa. The Angofone and cruise no body the obet my batra. And Pansos Obama. Abushaya or Bonyasebia or Pebiaba or Bauntimo. And Amate is torn between retiring from national activity so inti time o yi ni Jesse I will have corner there before to go na some China the flag watch no na a sign of us o mo bie mo and wo yi ni Jesse no but empanyfo no be feeling say the presence e wo team no no and Enra Asat enwumre ni nyina no na discussion e cause say he ought to be part of the Blaster squad because
where AFCON
now we yi soro form which is normally not done inti Steve, that is some bit of information on Amatedian. As some now tell you, and change the now tell you, abab, and it didn't come up just now. Even at the AFCON, Amate had some concern and discussed with the coach. Say, coach, someone who are doing for me to be more, and I say, modern chain. This season, Unimsa Komunakwa, Salisu Plache, and what the Salisu ever bought Jiku against Malia. Mpanyifo be point na me so almost say farmate experience no never Jiku how enterprising he is eka no na amatemfa experience na what gain over the years no and famwa ebi mo say da bi even this moving boy no bona ono so ya akra obetima baboti sa discussions nyina ekos but amate wo issues with so beba abeta chanchani me mo bi dia na me nya bi mo but so abeta chanchani issue edman
throw
yeah abusia until we shut that area no so I say yeah option but Jerome Opoku no one player send ya boy wa Africa no over struggle kakra or the height on ground ultimate pass ball no but tackling any ahodi odi bekum for a typical unya no ne Vincent Abubakar abusia abe jawajo abe problem into defensive shape ne the Ocean Central Defense now at least open the number 1 pick it should be Jiku Salis you know send a paper can injury no the last game no cry man boy na no yet that convinced one of the games almost a uniform or Bermuda almost a uniform it's abusia a honor there anka a yanesa but this is a new generation prospects na a high I was sure say you bet me IBB as against other nationals. No? Yeah, the end there, your model no and yet directly like the Senegalese ebeye and as other nations ebeye no. But here they no individually will be a free baby by no equita quality. Then you talk of Ibrahim Osman. Last call up no more friend, but the minutes no now form. Or a young chapper or Noduland. But my issue here is that Senator Seravu kind about a focal point when you talk of the attacking aspect. No? It looks as if your wins are pregnant. In the Abamea tournament, be a decision set your drop will be a cause of problem. Into the best way is say, Otuado also finding a way to convert some of the wingers into forwards.
Okay.
Or Sadio Mane or a winger are operating from the left. But when Luis Diaz eba Liverpool, no, Klopp finding a way to play him as the number 9, and he was scoring. Baby, I drew it. personally, I feel that Jordan Ayew has no business being on the wings. He has no business. Because
no one deserve call up now.
Oh, deserve it. But he has no business being on the wings.
Yeah,
because of the hold up play, no, Kebaya better see him operating as number 9. On use energy, no, and from a kudus. Because when the party for I know to some mammy beam, I was ya, maybe ball wingers are or more team nimu at the actual. I know more modern ball or more respective class. Call up no, Osha listener, honor. I was ya check. Wingers, yeah, well,
typical also
Osman
Bukari,
Kamaldeen, Fatao, Ishaku.
Obefa Ibrahim was Jordan as well.
Obefa Ibrahim Osman also can. Joseph Pencil so I can wingers no. I was ya enti yanya as many as 6. Yambobo omu nyina nwie o omu a omu din krab omu ye 6. Ye ni forward I obeti me and Antoine even with for Antoine 7 you know cry Bemoff no
he doesn't as a striker.
Sometimes as a second striker or most of the times or both from the wings.
Yeah, Chelsea player, a former Chelsea boy in a striking my band myself.
Call him.
Oba Liverpool cry.
Yes.
Me refini di ne kakra. Into Osha Antoine 7 yo omu nyina wo wins wo. Osman Bukari mu no omu nyina ehwa na omu operate free. Kamaldeen ehwa na obo. Joseph Pencil ehwa. Into a problem no pa no yes strikers but coach can then turn any of these wingers. And my preference in the Jordan Ayew to operate in that role because some of those Susana definitely you can't take as many as 8 wingers to a tournament.
Yeah.
But omunyina will quality you. And see, said how can I see a bad philosophy no. Measure how I bet me and negotiate this.
Okay, so my memory so Callum has no door ain't me and Mickey. You better that about the day I use so. Jonathan Sowa, that boy in Libya. Nanka man for sending them near. Do more money and Mickey. Squad net down over say Obia Bema. Undeserved say obem na fe yemra what you the philosophy was say or promise some good football but not victory.
In terms of see for me Kamal what's the name of that chap Sowa?
Yeah, Jonathan Sowa.
No, not Jonathan Sowa.
Yeah.
Not Jonathan Sowa.
Kamal Sowa
of yes or no but on also position, you know, it's also more like honestly operative from the wings. Into basically he maybe we could have looked at him, but for Jonathan Sowa there, say ye serious as Oman, say ye say ye be raise obia or ye a striker. Naya man opportunity. He should be given that opportunity. Now, yeah, we as at Omano, ye serious say ye be develop a look at a striker. Inti ebra or answer question or can say for so what he considered the available strikers. And or consider the available strikers, he settled on it is our Brandon, Jordan, and those people now they are not out and out strikers. Now, so also a player or what presence so ojinahwa, you know that's I say a target man age anymore man. And yeah, Brandon, check Brandon height, checking the physique, check Semenyo, not checking the physique. You realize that there is a challenge. So generally, the only out and out striker, Nanka, was a Yensia, I didn't say, yeah, building. And mind you, the last games of boy now impressive to the extent that the Obel moved few minutes or Babenya impact. So clearly, there was a reason why we could look at the chart. But you decided to say you'd be overlooking.
Akuma FM 87.9 Kumasi.
Yanya Yadwin said, you're the team. Developing that chart because all in the local scene, any international, we local tepete. Yen said the ni but typical striker mami unyebi. So the only out
move to this side now. The microphone is disturbing us. Move to this side. Now you're sure.
So the only out and out striker. Say see a share pa chap no the oya de ma me de ma. Any team now movie no Al, I think it's Al Nassr or something.
Yeah.
Any even okoye how also I simply don't understand why you bekwa kofa.
At least there's a man a chance be.
No, even owo local na obo me de man na ye man opportunity or prove say or deserve a place in the national team. Yes, any adwin say you need striker. So how are we going to help a player to come through? Now, it for me or no comes in. Most of your players need injured. Baba Raman there will decide to say.
I'm so we peeved kakra.
No, yeah, on your happy yes, and it's true.
And today is the time you need.
Baba should also understand. Baba should take Ghanaians as say. Or one particular player, the national team na aid in the career pa. So do maybe not disappointing Ghanaians a voice out or more frustrations are. And what's the otias ma on show that attitude. And yes, a bedroom maybe not also pese obono. Yes, you can know their channel. For who player friends or defender. Amate pride. Amate pride. Amate pride. But Amate ain't happy with how are you treating it during the AFCON no. And Abia would deserve it say Abia or on your happy. But the truth of the matter is say I was saying a plan to fade out players. So we need a plan to fade out players. Ube fade out players. I'm a player the big tanness and a be conche. Enti so strategic fading out of players. Ebi say if you want as a national team, why he be at 34, 35, you say okay. You know what say. We are looking at your career. For me, Obi to say the day are you.
One Obi to say coach need the day
no. The day DNA a drastic. The day DNA I know DNA because the day perform at the club. And when movie called club want me to go and prove says still now obey me a command role. The club season ebe ended. The day was one of the best players for the club. And to say fading out at that time. The statistics no ebe betray. It is a reason why you I was say yes strategic and moment they decided say sabre idea. Yen free will be. Because I won't free a player bra or pay for me on the club and the French league and a French league one a quality sin players now from we bring now baby or free ban. So there must be a strategic way who fade out players.
That so especially young captains because as a man say Blackstars and the captain be from Biano a confasemba. You ever said that Dede near discuss that. But choice the day you is out of the team. Coach at him say or no trans dinko mobi the day and it doesn't mean say team no were you free this time and I went to me and ya call up name Bobby. And I could say or promise Ghana for you go football, but won't even promise ye victories. Young I issue wake a follow interview or you have music.
But coach no asem no on Dede Ayew e fama me na me pese Ghana for tie coach ni wa wutie bia no me pese utie asem na coach Otoado e kafa Andre no huye pa. We want to analyze this and analyze it with a lot of respect to both parties. Ye pese ni party asem na se yitiwe e Otoado asem no.
So I had a long talk with Andre, personal. I visited him and gave him the reasons why he's not in the squad at the moment. And I usually held it like this, that I don't talk too much about the players who are not in the squad, more about those who are in the squad. And for me, I can say I don't like I talk to players directly. I don't like to give information out about what we spoke about. So he's not part of the squad at the moment. Andre is, I mean, as everyone knows, a legend. He's a living legend of Ghana. What he has reached, it's unbelievable what he did for the country. It was a difficult decision, to be honest, because I like him. I like him as a person, also as a player. But this is the decision we took, and I like I said, it's not like we totally agreed, but I give him the explanation, and so I don't want to take it to another extent and say some things that people will write about and this and that. I know it's difficult maybe for you as a press to understand this, but I don't want to make it bigger than it is. Like I said, I have big respect for him. He's a living legend. He holds a record in games playing for the national team. He has, achieved things that just a few players from Ghana has achieved, and it's very difficult to leave him out at the moment. But at the end, me as a coach, I have to take decisions. The best decision, what I think for the team, and this was one part of the decisions. I would never.
Indeed, the best decision, and what taking.
And so Tio Todd was say, at the end of the day, we took a decision. We took a decision. I was happening.
Yes, sir.
No question, woman is a Ghana need be over baby. I can say, Dede Ayew. Onye been fama on my Ghana in terms of Blackstars, no. Nani pakrono. Wan no cry for a man who you are not faithful to yourself and you are not truthful to the facts. So Kaya, a do brand Dede Ayew any team crown. One person, I met my bun this Stephen Body was say between the Dene Jordan, Okas the Debia only back on Blasters now, he will still go for the day. Why? Because of the level of commitment I will show. In terms of penny Ghana for any the day ending the bonnet crack, Ghanaians have not been
ungrateful
to the day. No, meaning to that. In fact, the day I want a lot of times or the Ghana for because yes, I go 2010 World Cup and I brought Milovan right back Ghana coach. No? There was still the decision to choose between the Ayew and Lai Kingston, and Ghanaians stood behind the Ayew. So Kaya. Now the day lead the national under 20 male soccer team, the Blackstars. Akwaje World Cup Egypt. I was opinion unanimously Ghana for nyina ka say. The Ayew young ni age no one born was say born there. Ya the no World Cup na ebeboa at that time. I remember the examples I gave. So Brazil for identify talent to be another opinion. Omo come major tournament until Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima. The first World Cup enya 98 nipa bebre nim. Brazil identify you know what 94 be kwatran ko hebi kwa compare the experience ya 98 ya build team na ADC so that is what major national team to be serious and Ghanaians at coach na chi say am for the day you nko over like against them be no more known stars at the World Cup proper ya ko wie no Ghana for who the day you performance Ghana for say bench Sule Ali Muntari who had won treble with Inter Milan in 2010. Inter Milan had won the Champions League, the Italian Serie A, and the Italian Cup. Ghana for say, for Sule Tran, Chanama the day you more because Akwadana born or born. Asia encouraging, Asia man opportunity. No bobon anymore, mine. I was saying, Amaha. And then, the day you ever a situation where yes, at club level, 20 games or come have no. You can say he performed. And he said they never perform here. I could see our club level. I could see how many years are young also and friend, and that's the question. We are not talking about club football. And I want to switch the discussion from the day performance I will have at the Blackstars. Your last 3 tournaments are Yako na Dede Ayew. Nipa Ben, yeah, they purport to love him. No, among country they say, they even at this time now, all ball have and the club performance in the was. This is the time I said the a China set him the ball. Then the player reference. Now be a weekend. Yes, the dash go. Why you assist? Ni eka blaster and koma. Ni eka blaster so then dear bum. Then a bois dancer. The day captain here the call AFCON 2021 about 2022 our Cameroon. Ghana free more group stages. Dede captain and the call World Cup 2022. Our Qatar. Ghana film group stages. And our captain and the call AFCON 2023 about 2024.
Yeah.
Our Ivory Coast. Ye film group stages. But it is not about the exit, you know. The personal performance. Now, if you take our last 3 tournaments, Opa Kochi, now question the last AFCON 2019, the performance. Question AFCON 2017, the performance. Question AFCON 2015, 13. Almost the performance our Blackstars, you know, a take a nose dive, a dip, a cough. Capito. I think that you must agree for us to celebrate you in a grand style. I said the date here. Na, they said the Nano Tony Cruz. I said, Okoya remember the last game. Na the entire Santiago Bernabeu. I celebrated Tony Cruz. I said the date here heavy. Na ebia AFCON qualifies na yababa shasien. Match be a munya dimi. Yazi yade child more ball. Na ebia baba yara. Na ya penti baba yara de Ayew. Ni ya sene ni monyam capito ntrese ufri wa jai ball ubaba club ball. But national team no abusapanya de ba kwa den. And let me tell you this. Uni motoado didn't ya one very Ayew. Otoado Felisa ufri de Ayew de never tra bench disrespect to him.
Yeah.
He is the captain of the team. What he has done previously for the Blackstars, no. So for Blackstars ne be any more no kudusu nie NS we muni no more bona de date bench. What disrespect player no? And you cannot disrespect the Ayew by putting him on the bench. Mami ka se mi jao. Ronaldo nkobo bi oni Ralph Rangnick ni di no.
Yeah.
I brought by Man U no. O ka che Ralph Rangnick say match I shall me movie no. Don't name me in the match day squad. And say me baby. But say yeah bobo Ronaldo catches what they fan say yeah bobo. Na me te bench. Na chance if you say you know say ba me ho anka be ba sha Cody Rashford. No aba say no. TV cameras will be picking me and be picking my reaction because of said you mention me pebo nti no. E bia ball na obo say no. I will not be there smiling. That a bad story. And Rashford ball ne say no kra no. Na Ronaldo muna, na Ronaldo to nsa. Enti no, if I am not there na me wo fie na me head ball na. Obia hu me reaction me fie ho. And James Penny ya coaches added a lot of respect ama players are. Oma gidin ewo agronom. And today one of the players wa gidin agronom of Blackstars. And it's all Fred Ayew. And the never tram Blackstars bench say or the bench na nkra na eba. How will you feel? And that is why the coach Epes will service our trouble nyina. But still coach na stage say they didn't agree. Say obeba na so ma. But at the end of the day, national team call up nipa ba ko pe na Ayew observe. And Zani Bakoni a coach. It is a coach but say na so no agree. I don't know, maybe you would have to wish that he's changed. Maybe a next coach ba no ababe fro. Mem pese de Ayew. Ebe ni asem be follow ya normal yina say asamojan minya retire enti kwesi apia mfre no na ko obi fi bia ba ni aye Dede captain. SF de aye asamojan general captain. No sa nyoman abusia emwa. Etu asamojan wanya befitting game every Blackstars. Yeah. Because baby jet as onya abo onyuru baby a ono be retire. Penny for say baby a dreed baby jet as wo dey agro nisi. Ono so onya mfa so nisi na acquire problems. And I think that we ought to be careful with that thing.
Otuado say obetinya promise mo go football but no victories.
And also person obo voice no ebi. Na agana for me tiasem you say Otuado say opese anase ontimi guarantee victories nemum good football there obetimi dia ma man za no kan but you see sona Ghana for and because asamne ya dia say as I was sitting here Steve questions are na say messages amanya wo ho say na coach am yakofa no and also the ontimi guarantee me pesa Ghana for ti asemi na me de manu tum kakra bi.
Okay, I can't really say that I know everything about Ghana's DNA. I think Ghana has a great history, football history with great players. In the past, we had really good times. I think the last really good times were when players like Michael Essien, Asamoah Gyan, Sule Montari. Yeah, a lot of players were in the best form. I think for me, Ghana football stands for good football. And this is maybe I want to use the opportunity. It's difficult to promise victories because of football you can be better than your opponent and at the end they will score and they will win or one slight mistake will happen. But I think I will take the opportunity to be brave enough to promise you that we will play good football. Because I've been studying football for a very, very long time. For me, the boys, especially in Ghana, they like to play with the ball. This is how they grow up when they're playing on the streets, and this is what I want to implement. And I think this is the easiest thing to implement because they will have joy having the ball, trying to dominate. I know that we will face opponents sometimes which are stronger than us, where we need to defend more. But in general, I want to bring back to the joy with the ball. I want to create a culture, and this I think has been the culture in the past. Not to be fearful when you have the ball. I know that there's high demands on the players and it's difficult. There are difficult times and there's a lot of pressure on the players, but I want to take the pressure away to allow them to do mistakes because this is the only way we can, in long term, we can give them the confidence to play what they can. We know what they can. If you walk around the streets of Ghana and you see kids playing, you see what they are able to do. And this is what is in our players. And it's my job to bring it out, to bring in a culture with good habits, because good games don't come just like this. It comes with good preparation, to prepare them well, as good as I can with my coaching staff, which are helping me, and to bring in their ideas, to bring in their knowledge. And together I think we can create for the long term a very, very good.
So together we want to create for the long term. Now, Japan, in 2 years, I will say what he cannot promise, but he can boldly say we will play good football. And you say, Otuado say, "Baname bambebo football me results." The person who asked the question, straight say, "Blasters now babe somuno. Yeah, World Cup qualifiers, yeah, boy, yeah, qualify. What do you say? Now, some way, some kaya, a hiba can be, Agimo, Chris Eugene, or say, on to him promise a crew, on to him promise a but you bet my promise and say, obey him, prove to Nanka Kanga crack. Otado, as all can say, see, I say, your promise, ya quadja cup, ya qualify for World Cup, the own team, name. Obey me, I promise, say. The boys in the ball are good football because only the Ghanaian coach say, Kroman Kwadano person kura ball no ma ball nefe. Until you allow them to play. I'm gassing with you. Ghana, I just say, Obi oye naive in coaching. I just Obi oye too known in coaching. And as I see our approaching all the Blastars manner, or best strategy ball. Enti nanu adana bralai chile nyumam kasabebre when we go to the World Cup we do this, we smash them, get closer sadi na muzabani efe na lai ba
wa smash wi
afe no oba Ghana ne Ghana ne last yana AFCON kwa ya ne de besi the last two no I started 2019 no 2019 AFCON the first time yakobo sa AFCON they got 24 nations no Ghana, your group, no. South Korea, we won just one game, and that has been our last win at the AFCON since 2019. And Ghana, the last win at AFCON. So when you never any question, Tunisia, our round of 16, and the Tunisia the penalties, AFCON 2019, AFCON 2021. So group in the army, kind of your Morocco. Gabon, Comoros. Ghana did not get a win. Now, Mamin Chadria Hasla, UK. Or see, Bibia Yana Tete say, Ref in a pond, na Comoros for each reference, Omuko Shagan. It's in a question of Zabuzabani. So we are coach, and I say, we are trying to near over press conference. I say, not Ghana for inside Joe for questions. It's you by Gideon, or started out by G. Crew, or Isaac Gepamo. So he was very smart with the answer. So we should team na ma building na who team say me team na eboyi. Na mom say me promise say yeah kwasha Mali. Ni abesha Central African Republic. Ni ashe Mali. Ni ashe we there. A bad day man as a coach because ye mrantia no any your current performance any the results are in recent times it doesn't speak to any facts. I bet you don't say so a Ghana coach over promising some here and you be way and you anyway be say and you know we are no and you be say I think that coach na Emma an answer to the question and an intelligent answer. Yes, on to him promise me sure say na adwiri mu no onyanko beka say hey na be wan emperor results. We are sure say coach bi obeka emperor results. The coach no nya pa nko beka but onim say uko bia wa no akan the internet never forgets ochina bi ye bo 2-3 games na ma ye bebu sasanya na aka kire ye ewo o first press conference ya say o ba be say no but the betu bu say say so to adokobo game na busu apan ye hu identifiable style of play ye hu how a game team no set up to play the system on mobile ye hu how the team defends how they transition from midfield to attack. You won't transition from defense to midfielder. Then we can be asking the coach questions. But some person can coach you, but John say or Beji, me sure say Ghana for the by you asking by you say based on your current performance, you know, untimi and you'll be I just say you're naive in coaching. And I boss say me babaji.
Saraf, good football. Is that what Ghanaians want? And the Ayew has been left out. Is that the end?
See. Or try so be smart. Obisan about the DNA or twist the question the man here and say he doesn't really know about any DNA. They are the onimne say ye pe nebo. He will want the boys to express themselves with the ball. Munya ball now. More money to say the munima your ball was street. So about boys from Omo clubs. Omo grow ball biao. Omo bobo they are giving roles, they play and they deliver. Until says Hana Ghanaians boy born I don't think that he has any role. Biao Ghanaian omu be one ma or corner club or born the Ghanaian way. It's about football. How our obesity teams deliver results is what is important. Nti ebisa Ancelotti wo philosophy ni say kwan be so na afase wo say Osano saatemo ye young coach no na enna na oji philosophy bi di say na me bo nti o say ebribi ye brand Roberto Baggio o say the game na no obo arigo such type of play 4-4-2 nti on here a typical number 10 nti mo Baggio ba onya bi mo amanfo antiase da onyini ye no realize na nkwasi asembe na make ne sa no because or say now I don't arrange arrange tactics enko players say mumebo but the me say based on materials amewo any omu potential na ma hye team no to be able to say they be obi abebo to the best of ability. And so the Bellingham banner all of a sudden or performing at top level on TSC because on my say Bellingham role mashe near be bonus amame but all Bellingham no ability ne saying and sana ability may team no to suit ability Rodrigo ability ne say brabe bono to the best ability na me style of play no but I don't build a style of play and then me the role now say bonus in suit side no and for me I expect him also about 6 different styles of play otu sade manu tie experience coach to say Ancelotti na realize say share the abilities of your players na design a style a suit to kudus ball no say no person obono enti meye den na mahyehyɛ a style of play nya afa na maye why of say on say obo 4-2-3-1 atu enti necessary no oba be hyehyɛ players in dia kwa suit formation so mo ko gina so mo hu hwe but listen to coaches that are winning nti Ancelotti ne Pep Guardiola but o say o hwe style Pep style of play na on to me for an attacking play Nkosiano. And Tibra Munko Jino Moon defend Munya Bona, quick transitions, more long passes, more searching passes, look for players no more pace, Namon counter Namon Som. And on what the question. Osia Girona near here on Monesa. That is for me intelligent management. Oto and me were 4-2-3-1 to me Baba to steal to suit Omo, but rather look at the abilities of your players. Not a style and not a playing partner. And did the best out of your players.
Is that the end of the road for the day? Are you?
I want to say abedi a culture. When there is life, there is hope. Many abedi ya adwene. Or tweety says ya mama for be brainer share. Many abedi ya adwene say nkwa wo ho nkwa dia. You know they can deliver to the extent that a better compelling for the manager to call him. Say ana.
So on can said that what to play.
Yeah, until I make say obetimi aya afa wo manager no. Wo no say one friend rather you begin to look ridiculous.
So Mohamed Polo say legends ni yemfi omo. Anu nti na o san ka wo say has for 3 games na ka omo betimi survive a. Omo mfre omo ahopa. Omo di ni ye den is it akopa or ahopa? Ahopa o say omo mfre omo. Na so mo am frɛ omo dia ono ho isi ho because say ye hia hat to folk in same ya ye
87.9 Kumasi.
So mo frɛ omo say omo dey omo fa
at least omo say boys hia motivation e be talks be near dey kakra bi omo so as legends of the club omo betumi abe dey inspire boys no.
If House of Folk means a lot to them. Chance will be in front of
no, also they will not mind you.
And then they should not even accept any invite. If they will not mind you, say as a former player, now of course on it.
And you know where say you're free or
there be more.
You're fraud. You say you are invited.
No, be I mean, Obi names a has my baby. Under no circumstance, and as a Liverpool for Honor Steven Gerrard,
but you can't just bump it.
No, there are certain personalities that. Invitation. There are people in this world.
Listen to me. Every day in the training grounds, so you can't just bump in. Say you are being say a planned. And say be 5 minutes. Be talk to the enough.
On stop it training. He can wait for them to finish and then talk to the boys. Go everything. Mohamed Polo the end or about the strategy House of Folk program. So me say will be bigger to motivate the boys. They shouldn't wait for an invite, but the son I can say they can just go there as legends of the club to speak with them.
So what stops the club from also inviting them?
And I'm so inviting, but they should not even accept an invitation.
We
shouldn't even like entertain certain things.
Okay.
Maybe a club na drew no. Me kind of cregu. I don't know what their visit is going to do to the boys. I don't see what is going to change about their visit. But see, I say legends of the club. No one to call a honor friends a Poby man. Say after training 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, or money boys in a casa. No, I'm so more kind there. I disrespect to the legends. Me say there are certain personalities. They don't need invitations to be at certain areas at certain point in time.
Right.
Maybe I doing there. Me I mean name there. Kasa na be ya more train. I boys now. They don't need any external motivation. Omo na was omo kase. No omo dey House of Folk animu here no. I poor and shouldn't come under their watch. Say omo na dey House of Folk e be call relegation. Ti omo motivate omo yi omo free.
Okay, so it's mami choka kabachana. Mami this boy Coach Kamara Namoro president. Yes, the boy. This boy is in Spain now. Trials be yes, Kennedy Yao Bonsu, under 17 boy or Namoro. Kennedy Yabo Bonsu, yes.
Or Villarreal. Yeah, yes. And on the trials, no, a chassis. Inti Omo Emano and trials.
Or Villarreal, who don't know what pictures in the go.
Empire bonus, Bibia Bekoyi, Eddie Ama Kennedy Yabo Bonsu. At the age of 17, say Unya opportunity, any invitation, say Villarreal, never yet trials. It tells you the quality akwadaa no. To we the nyina dem paibo eta akwadaa na chi. Se nyoma bi kuyi e de amano. Na obetimi impress Villarreal for no. Said the bear omo betimi afa akwadaa na at the age of 17. When you had that big move. Ade akopie mu ewo.
Polo interview na na fe ye me fa ko nyame admat na ye be se da hwem but o say club no 3 games na aka no they should invite omo legends no boys ni here talks be ni ade na omo invite omo dia wo nsi because they don't need them
and tinade ombeko because obi a invite omo because onko ho eti na polo so mko mko ere
wo say at least omo betimi ne boys na kasa kakra
eti boys obi a ni omo nkasa na de omo ye ko obi a no omo da no to gango
so legends ndi omo abobi da omo ye bi da
nti
bi omo betimi a kire
so we Real Madrid player na Florentino Perez no kasa na se Figo mu no be kasa de ni modu team wura ne tibre kese no de team ne dia wotua sika wo mu no e be hia omo training grounds on Friday ansara mo bakot ko give na mboa 87.9 nye je so no dos me se boys na ze kasa kire omo no ye pam bibiribi me bompa is has be survive na buza penyi has folk survive e wo league ni ma. It is my prayer. Some majority of the players. We has a full player. Ni a pamuna free team num. Now ko eko piem e wo ba bia. E ho de oduru wa buzapanyi. Ye tua ka 300 400. Unza se makasa unza my consistent was asem we unza. Se ye pamuna ko ba bia ye tua ka 300 400 Ghana cedis a. Obe hu se de ade mi sitie. Obe tia se obe serious. About the top clubs. Umfa grosam omu di agura buzapanyi me se has. Teams that show money quality has. Senti ayi has a place of way in Ghana Abu Dhabi. Woman asa. And you woman asa.
Okay.
But boys really serious and may Bompies House will find a way to survive. If they survive in the league, sack these players. Pamomo. Now ya pamu free has. Now kwa nama ebi mu kwa yemu ayi boy ya no bokotoko. Ayi mediudin ye example kwa nyese bi ayi. Andrew Skoja Apple. Obo fakota no. Nano bofo akwafo bo game na okọ tackle bi na omotwe na akwa bi wo de ebo kotoko na ja ye no ko division 1 so wadwe o so da so premier ye ko division 1 abusabani players ni na nye serious and yes se polo that opportunity no wa nka obutimi interact with omo players na why not but if it is not there if omo ye team no ehia wo ho a abusabani wo force wo akwa de and as the kind if they don't need you there you don't also go there. I don't know if they yes Polo Mabo has co-relegation but I don't think say ebe how much to go after the mono music has no say has a reason say the woman on board team one help and players in any serious and your legends are woman enko na say bibia
China for pictures we go some mamenya this birthday was na fi yemra emepeke course na higher comma 87.9 FM. Yes, belated happy birthday enko Emma this man. Mr. Anase Oye Detective Chief Inspector Roger Ayew Tutu, who is head of the Mankanso CID office. Yes, a special belated happy birthday and enko Emma Detective Chief Inspector Roger Ayew Tutu, who need to more Mankanso CID office wo nyina no opanyi wo na odano ohima mame esem wo so belated happy birthday emma no yes owura no hwe se de wo si aboni suit no wutimi se obo CID adwuma no kama pa nyame enhyaw no nya okese nti belated happy birthday enko emma na koswan enso ebo adwuma yenko amano so na fi yempeke mokos no na de obia no Jemfa Entwaso, Emma 03224 9035 0243 114497. Higher command 87.9 FM. Sida K Heba Pharmacy. Our Asafo VIP. Yes, omuye 24-hour service. Chamalote one workers muti ye de nyamishamo na onyemo kese pa. Sida K Heba Pharmacy Asafo VIP mumo nyamishamo.
Franco Trading. Kumasi Shop 5. Obi koto phone wo sisi ye no so koy no. Uram Franco Trading na omo 88 Franco Trading. Kumasi Shop 5. Minimba bi onipa no wanti man but Shop 5. More shop 5 or the minutes of 5. Any other people in Nano, Amutia or Yancham.
All right. Hello, good evening.
Come ahead.
Bebato Udin Baby Alcasafri.
Nepacho, we did the Hamza. The Fracas
Hamza Ayew.
Medate. Now, the American say, yeah, call up Nabamude, you interest, but the interest now when I'm here to my exlection, I could see me quoted. Lead marketing. Then you interest, Wumpa say, Namia Duma, Friday. Nation safety, you're supporting their mom. You're catching you like Cassim Mingle say, well, you're good coach. When man send a record, Uncle people clean sheet. Non family Kumasi. It's Kumasi supporters in that time. Uncle people clean sheet. Now, let's say that point, you know. Only the French young pet, but be a young pet.
Very much. Also, Bishopani Tang Pepe Soares for me. He has made my date. House players are not serious. Hello, good evening.
In fact, we are the to see of the Jumana. We am Matrama Krabia or Blackstars. Now, I'm not you're marching your council. The best you are supporting you to make you feel a blank as in your cool. And you're 20 Ghana City, every day Ghana City, and a cool job. I am not supporting
you. Say, I'm right here inside the Blakuma Joma. For the day the least said about him, the better. Clement Boachi. Hello.
Hello.
What
am I doing? Nipa ko have any nipa. And let's first papa my dear my yes, house for house. You say move free ma MY. I can do sapari can you never bomb pie. I'm on Marco because I'm kasa. Come on.
Hello, thank you. Hello, good evening.
I was about to down.
Come on, some Bajo Dinner Baby Alcasaf.
About down